3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Mission Control for a quick tips video. In this video we're going to talk about fixture order and palettes. Fixture order and using palettes with overlap and fade times can create very interesting effects while busking and quick and easy. Setting up multiple fixture orders and groups for your fixtures is handy and an easy way to create the effects from them. You can also use with any of the shape engines in Titan to create interesting effects with little work. Some things to note: fixtures can have the same order number. Randomizing the fixture order can also be useful. The fixture order automatically saves when you close the window. Use the macros in the show library to quickly change fade times and overlap values. So let's see that in action. Here we got version 13 of Titan with the Titan Go interface up. As we can see, I've already made a couple of groups with some different directions on them. What we can do to edit a group's fixture order is simply click Group, and Edit Group, so which one we want to edit. In this case, we're going to do this one. And then Fixture Order. And we see here, I've got it cascading in and then cascading back down. But this one here is on 12. It needs to be on 1. So if we click it, we see it sets to 1. If we hit Next Step, we set the ones we need to be 2. Next step, so on and so forth. Once we're happy with it, we simply click Exit, and it automatically saves. We can see our other groups just have the same thing in them. This one has 1s in the center and goes out to 6 on the outsides. And that's got our fixture orders in them. So by default, with our fixtures, so we go ahead and locate them so we can see them, and we'll bring up Capture so you can see it also. We see that if we hit a palette, all of our fixtures change colors at the same time. Now I can set in a palette time and overlap if I want. So I was going to hit Palette and change our master time to 2, and then hit Exit. Now anytime I fire a palette, it'll take 2 seconds to fade in. Now, if I set overlap in, so do the same thing, go ahead and set palette and overlap. We'll set our overlap to 50. Hit enter. Now, when I fire a palette, we can see that it fades in across our fixtures with 50% overlap. With 50% overlap means that the first fixture in our fixture order will get halfway done and the second fixture will start. If we change our fixture order by selecting one of our other groups, we can see how our fixtures fade in. I actually didn't want to play nice, then we'll go ahead and locate it again, and now we'll pick this one, and we see that it fades in like that. Another handy thing you can do is to use the show library, pull in macros that will allow you to quickly change those palette times and overlaps. So if we do Open Workspace Window, and then we find Show Library, we can see here, and if we click on macros, and then we can find in here, we can see we've got our palette overlaps and our palette fade times. What I like to do is copy those out to my palette windows. I usually use the position palettes like I already have here. If we scroll up, we can see it. See here, I can quickly change their overlaps to have overlaps and times. So I can set my fade time to say 3 seconds and my overlap to 25%. So now when I fire my palette, we can see that it fades in like that. Same thing with my no color palette. What's kind of cool is that you can quickly tap palettes to get even more interesting effects. So if I was to tap red, green, blue, you can see that it fades in that order. I can even do it again. I get interesting effects on it. If I select a different group, say this one, and locate it again, and we can get the same effect but going from the inside to the outside. And we change our overlap to even all the way to 0% and say a fade time of 5, make it really long. And now we can get some kind of crazy effect going across our lights that way. So that's how to use palette overlaps and fade times to make interesting effects in Titan, particularly while busking. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe and join us next time. Thanks. Bye.
Clear stop.
Roger, we'll stop Discovery. Welcome back. A great ending to the new beginning.